We've got what should be.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. 50 years after Joe Namath and the guarantee, we are underway in Super Bowl 53. That's fielded in the end zone. And he spins through. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
On first down, Wentz. He goes full extension, and he's got it. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Working from the gun, Wentz flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
A gain of 3, second down.
82.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jamarcus Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 4. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
But he's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle that time by Sidney Jones. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker linebacker Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
We're good.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Ertz has it left side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And that is going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great. With the offense, they can't be despondent.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all
Still
for
first
naught
down
on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's second down. Prescott to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Third and short yardage. Prescott flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Here's Prescott. And fights through one man. And this is incomplete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Good chip.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Wentz now to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league, those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Here's Ajayi. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
81.
On play action, it's Wentz. Steps away. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here we go. 180! I'm lying. Black.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Eluding the press. Looking for Aguilar. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big run that time by Elliott. 43 yards. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined, no one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the red zone now, Prescott. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
46. Good.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's first and goal.
Swing to the field, right. To the right.
Now Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk. And it's blocked. And the Eagles have got it. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, the 40, past the 20, 10, 5. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
So when the Rules Committee decided to put some excitement into the PAT, or the extra point, this is what they were talking about. Blocked, returned, nearly for 2 points, but great hustle and a big-time tackle prevented that.
That's what I was just going to say. Excellent hustle to stay with it after the block and make that tackle. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On second down, here's Wentz. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tyrone Crawford able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Well, they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. They go play action here on first down. And the Eagles have recovered.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they'll get him down right about the 20. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
82.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Drops it off to Ajayi. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They run with Ajayi, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll buy some time right. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. A good pickup there at 22. Off the play fake, Prescott flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
46.
Final play of the half. Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. The halftime show, quite a spectacle, but it's back to football for the second half of Super Bowl 53. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A second down throw for Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, he's just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. A dump off to Elliott. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
On the ball. Shorty.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. The 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 79 yards. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it,
defense.
That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his right. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Now he's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground with a drive. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now Wentz throwing on second down. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
And it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now it's a Giant. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They run again with a Giant. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Trey 15. Black. Shorty.
Now a play fake. Wentz sliding out of the pocket. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Wentz will try again on second down. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Eagles on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Wentz. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
46. 26.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
Looking to throw. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Now it's Sproles. And some room to run now. Darren Sproles. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play there for the Eagles. An even 90 yards. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
This is Ajayi, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ram. 82. Then play. There we go. 80. Block, come on.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Flushed out right. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Wentz. Dancing to his left. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. We've had some wild Super Bowl finishes recently. 49 in Arizona, 51 in Houston, now this one. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send a New York. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute it.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He's back to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return. Here we'll go to the 31-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
First down.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Wentz going to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
82, 82. Go. Black.
Wentz to throw. He's going to air one out. This is caught. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line. And the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What was that?
They saw something on film. Did you see something on film to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking.
Years after Joe Namath and the guarantee, we are underway in Super Bowl 53. Throwing on first is Wentz. And this is caught off a deflection. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Sometimes luck is all you need. That was not even the intended receiver on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, though.
Yeah, and it turned into a big play for those guys on offense. They'll take it each and every time.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football. the 28-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you put everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
So we want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. Throwing now is Wentz. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, he can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Elliott, and he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal. Now Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Prescott on third and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 47 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Wentz to throw on second down. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. He's at the 50. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A give to Elliott. Wiggles free. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one good for 14 yards. And that'll make it third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Jordan Hicks in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be fourth down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. Interesting stat line right now, and technically he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over in the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Malik Collins able to slump him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. A second down throw for Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On third down, Elliott. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Here's Prescott. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Jay Ajayi works his way back onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. And they'll run it here. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Right back to him on first down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. On second down, here's Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Eagles on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Wentz. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the red zone now, Wentz. And Matthews has it right side. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Again, it's Wentz. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On play action, Prescott. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on first down. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Flush to his right. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. The halftime show, quite a spectacle, but it's back to football for the second half of Super Bowl 53. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. To throw is Prescott, eluding the pressure right. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
A handoff left to Elliott. Finds an opening past the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Kill.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Here's throw caught. What about the 5? And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swain, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And his throw is incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Working from the gun, Wentz. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now Wentz, escaping the pressure right. He's going to let one fly for Tate. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They give the small look. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their 1st touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up